Being recorded.
All right. So with that said, welcome. I can say good afternoon because everybody I'm talking to is Eastern time zone now. Since we just have the two of you guys. And can you see the slide week 4 community events?
Sure can.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
So excellent. What this is the information that Gabriella shared with me this morning based on the submissions that would have been sent out, last night / this morning. So I see, Josh, for you that you've got 5 potential events. I know you mentioned that you were going to one in particular tomorrow, and then and just looking at you guys, did you get the request for this, to submit back status result? Did that come through to you?
We do have one submission as far as in February. We have an event to go to.
Okay.
And then the second event they rejected us.
Oh, okay. Is that now, did they reject you? Is that like a community event where they didn't want, someone from the greens industry, or
No, they said they had too many from our industry.
Okay.
It was a flower show.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, there's enough events out there that, we can, we miss on a few of those. So you guys get a weekly email on Thursdays to just answer, answer some questions on the ground game. I did this number of this or that number of that. Ken, did you receive that email yesterday?
Yeah, I sent that in today.
Cool. Okay. That might have come in after she sent this to me. That's why I was just double checking. So no harm, no foul. So you see no submission on this slide, but not a concern. I just wanted to make sure that was the case. Kind of figured it was. We will, I believe, starting next Friday, those submissions will go into a report, which will then come back out to all of you guys, so you'll be able to see everything. Same as we are. We'll be looking at the same data, and it will be live. So, at this point, Ken, even if you had submitted that a minute before the call had started, on the call, we'll be able to see that live. So that'll be very helpful. All righty. I just wanted to, what we'll do is I want to circle back just to chat a little bit about some of the events, but just a heads up that next week it's the marketing sort of topics to discuss. Not that we don't do the other things, but and at this point, are you guys familiar with, and I assume that you are, the Wandocta University? There's the tutorial video and then the assessment. And you guys have been doing that to this point?
I have been going through the tutorial. Yes.
Cool. Cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. All right. So just wanted to there's a couple of things that Gabriella had asked me to to check in with you guys on, and I think that you both know, obviously, that you can always use or ask Gabriella for help on identifying events, or if you think there might be an event but you're not necessarily getting a hold of somebody or whatever. She's more than happy to, and that's part of being in the RAMP program, to go ahead and do some additional research for you. So do either of you feel like there may be some events that you're not getting hold of, or, and Ken, I wouldn't worry about the one that said no, there, that's going to happen. Do you feel like, there are some events out there? And we're looking for, 5 over the course of the year, so it's not a massive number. But do you feel like there's some challenges in getting some of these events?
I don't think there's challenges. I was surprised that we got turned down for the one.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of stuff going around. It's just right now at December, you're not going to find anything in December too much. But going forward, January is going to be pretty slow, but February, we have one in February, and then hopefully we can pick up another one or two in February.
Yeah. Excellent. And then, and you're absolutely right. I mean, and Josh, just to give you a little bit of, of a scope, Ken is up around the Buffalo, New York area. So yeah, we're not expecting a lot of parade activity and event activity, over the next couple of months. Although probably we'll have some good playoff football to watch in the coming weeks because the Bills are suddenly a good team. I'm a Jet fan. I don't know what that's like.
I'm sorry. This year was kind of embarrassing.
Keep it in New York, I'm a New Yorker originally, so, it's all right. My team is my team. And, it's terrible as they are. You just ride with them. But the thing I wanted to mention is, and again, it sort of comes back to, to your point, Ken, is that as we get into the spring months, what you're going to start to see are, I'm sure you've seen them, being there before, like the Memorial Day, 4th of July events, summer fairs and festivals, firework nights. There's nothing wrong with being in a parade. I was just in Texas this week. It took me a minute to remember where I was. Longview, Texas, opening up Chris Clark, and in that particular case, they had a holiday parade, and he put lights on the truck. He decorated the truck with lights and rode the truck in the parade. In the past, we've had other events where folks, do whatever different decorations to the truck, whether it be lights or some magnets to go on, on the side of the truck that promote maybe the Facebook page or something, handing out, some different candy and things. That is also an excellent way to get that brand recognition and to drive some traffic, maybe to your Facebook page or your website. Obviously, a fixed table in a location, is always great, but those parades can sometimes be quick and simple and create a lot of goodwill. So I just, say as we start approaching that time of year, just to keep an eye out on those as well. So, and I think there's, no shortage of those types of opportunities. And, again, we're looking for 5, if you come across and end up doing, 6 or 7, then that's okay too. So we're good there. I would say any learnings for either of you guys from what you've done, so far that like, hey, I think it might be better if, or, I wonder if we should try this approach. We always want to share best practices, with the broader group, not just the folks on the call.
I would say, for me personally, I think just being persistent with contacting these folks. Some of them just they seem like they weren't really interested to reach out to you to let you know any information on the events. But eventually, after several emails and phone calls, got stuff scheduled. But that's all for me.
Cool. No, persistence. That definitely makes sense. And there may also, if you run into things like that, now we have to, set up the time to be doing some of that, but there's going to always be events that are more local, smaller, and I use the same reference every time, but when I lived in Easton, Pennsylvania, it was the Garlic Festival and the Bacon Festival, and you isn't necessarily, going to find those researching events on the website, but if you lived there, you knew about it. So if you come across some of those types of things and you reach out, and you're not getting the information that you need, flip that over to Gabrielle. Let us do a little more digging. Once you identify it, we might not know about that Garlic Festival, but once you let us know, we can also help. Try to get some details and get you signed up, because obviously we want you doing everything you can in this space, but once things get busy and you're servicing and running on evals and visiting customers and things like that, you know, we'd certainly be fine to pick up some of that slack so that you can focus on the customers. So, cool. Well, you know, I don't want to keep you guys on the phone for the sake of keeping you on the phone. Let me just see what she had in here. Well, that's the thumb, so that is the last slide. So happy to answer any questions or chat about anything that may be on your mind. And you know, if you have any questions on parketing heading into next week, because that's kind of a, you know, an interesting term, happy to chat about that. Totally up to you guys.
Remember the email you sent me about that potential customer? Hadn't got back to him?
Yeah, yes, I do, Ken.
He is a potential franchisee.
Really?
Yeah. I met with him.
Wow. Now that's impressive. You're not just trying to sell them lawn care, you're actually trying to sell them a franchise. Very cool. So
well, apparently Eric told him he was all right to contact me, and he went through different channels just to test our system, basically.
Sure.
So interesting guy. You'll have him on your next your up and coming visitor day or discovery day.
Discovery Day, you know, when we call them Discovery Days, you know, different franchisors. When I was at Century 21, we called them VIP days, you know, but same basic concept. So now, does he live in your territory or near your territory?
He lives in my territory.
Okay, so obviously he would not be able to buy a franchise that he would live in, but you know, if he's a neighboring franchisee,
Right.
You know, that's not. Yeah, I mean that works out really well for us. You know, because you're not competing for business. Your territories are defined, but you definitely create more brand awareness, more recognition. It's really a lift or a boost for both of you guys if that were to happen.
Yeah, I was a little interested. I just found that interesting. So
yeah,
I thought you'd like to know.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. You know, we get different reports and things, you know, who's coming to Discovery Day, who's in the pipeline, et cetera, but it's, you know, it's always nice to get this kind of a heads up and you know, and feedback and all, so I do appreciate that. Cool, thank you. Well, I'm sorry, was somebody going to say something? Okay, yeah, I thought I heard something, wasn't sure. So I won't take up any more of your time. I appreciate you guys joining the call, and you know, keep up the good work. It's you know, you guys are definitely participating, doing the things that we're asking you to do on the ground game side, and we appreciate it. But even more importantly, you're going to appreciate it, you know, as your business are building out, and you're going to have better performance and, you know, more customers, you know, more revenue, which is what we're all trying to accomplish here. So keep on doing what you're doing. Appreciate it, and you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.